Hey everybody, welcome to the Coffee RUn Live. It is I, Nicola Morass. It is episode 237. Really excited to see you and hear you, and well, not hear you because that would be weird, but excited to be with you. And let's get stuck into today. What I wanted to talk with you about today is a bit of a topic of conversation that I had with a lady this morning about her business, about her marketing, about her social media strategy. And I thought, given that, it was like, this is an intelligent woman. This is somebody who knows her stuff. She's an absolute expert at what it is that she does. Hey, Catherine. And it was really interesting because as we were talking, I was sharing some different things. There was some things that she's kind of gone, oh yeah, I'd never thought about it like that. So I really want to share that with you today. Before we go into that, I also just want to remind you that our founder level of the business badassery mastermind is open and ready for applications. I've just posted the link in here. There are going to be topics discussed throughout this mastermind and taught a live class every month, where we're talking about marketing, niching, money, how you access flow, coming up with ideas, content ideas, creating your own IP, managing your health, your mindset, how do you deal with your relationships as you are growing this really amazing and successful business, personal branding, productivity hacks, like so many different things. We've got our first live class going live next Wednesday on the 7th of August. They are all not all pre-recorded. They are all recorded so that you can access them later at any time. You've got lifetime access to those. While you're a member, you get access to the everything that's in there as well. So that is that. There are a couple of options. There's a general option, there's a VIP option. Head to that link. It is nicolamorass.com.au/BBM founder, and it is currently half price until the 9th of August. So if you've got any questions about that, if you think it's if you're curious about if it's the right thing, message me. I personally answer all of my messages, so it is not outsourced to a team member. It is me that you'll be interacting with. So without any further ado, get in that now and let's keep cracking on. So one of the big things that can happen throughout our marketing experience and our marketing journey is where people will say to me, oh my God, the cat is meowing ridiculously loud. Let me shut my door. Tiana, can you sort out the kitty litter, please? Oh my God. Sorry, everyone. #Livestream. Where animals and kids go wild. Maybe that's what I should have named our live stream today. So a big thing that will come up is I'll say to people, look, this is why we market in the way that we do. This is how we use social media, and this is why we use social media in this way. So we post a few times, many times a day, a few times a day at a minimum. We email our email list once a day in an ideal world, sometimes a few times a week, sometimes once a week, but generally speaking, it's going to be a few times a week at least. Then ideally, you want to be doing live streams every day. And the reason for this, guys, is because from what I've seen, 75% of people need multiple touch points from you before they decide to actually take some kind of action. Now, that action might be buying something like the Business Badassery Mastermind. It might be downloading a free thing, like I'm promoting my free content map still, you guys might come into that. There's a whole range of different things that people feel like they need to have ticked off in their heads in order to feel like they can take that next step into progressing the relationship with you. Now, me personally, if I was basing my social media strategy on what I like to consume on social media, it would be really kind of interesting. I don't listen to very many live streams. I'll read some people's posts. I will prioritize the people that I follow and see their posts first when I'm really super interested in them. But, generally speaking, I don't spend, other than me doing what I'm doing with you guys and then repurposing this across the internet, hey, Jones, I don't generally spend a whole lot of time in social media, in Facebook, consuming content that gets put in there. All right. I'm the type of person who, when I see something, I'm like, oh yeah, do I like it? Do I not like it? Am I going to do this? Am I not going to do this? Do I make the decision? Do I leap? Do I jump or do I not? What am I going to do? I usually make decisions quite quickly in terms of following someone, buying something, downloading something, stuff like that. So if I was to base my social media strategy on the way that I consume social media, it would look very different. And I would chop out the ability for 75% of my audience to really build relationships with me. So just because you might not sit and trawl through all of the live streams of the people that you're following, you might not trawl through all of the posts that the people that you're following put up, does not mean that your audience, your niche of people, your hot cold clients who are waiting on coming up through, it doesn't mean that they won't. All right. Hey, Ash, good to see you. So if you think about where you were if you're thinking about your marketing, most of us are wanting to help people who are similar to us, right? Most people are wanting to help people who maybe needed to, who were like us maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 1 year ago. Now, if you think back to that time in your life, in your world, in your business, in your journey, and you think about, what was I really looking for? And it might have been support, hand-holding, inspiration, motivation, that, the energy to kind of go, yeah, bang, I'm here and I'm on and I'm going to go and do this, I'm going to go and do that, and, get really kind of like bang, bang, bang. Then you know what? If that was what you were looking for, then that's kind of what you need to deliver to your people in your way of doing that, right? The lady I was talking to earlier today, she's like, to be honest, Nicola, the way that you do your live streams, I couldn't do it like that. Great. Awesome. I don't want anybody to have to do things in the way that I do them, right? Do them in your style, in your way, with your personality, with your obviously natural sense of flair, and however it is that you do that. But I guess where I'm going with this is that if we were only to ever create things for the way that we wanted to do it right now, we're only trying to be attracting a mirror image of ourselves in this exact moment. And I guess part of the problem with that is that if you're attracting someone in that exact moment where you're at now, then you may not be, and you may be, but you may not be far enough on in your journey to really be able to progress that person forward. Now, you're probably more likely to attract a peer in who looks at you like a friend or a peer, right? Versus someone who can mentor, coach, train, hold their hand and progress them forward. So there's got to be a bit of a gap between where you are now and where your audience is. Otherwise, there's not much that you can really help them with other than like the cheer squatting, which, not saying that having a cheer squad is a bad thing. Having a cheer squad is a really, really good thing, but a lot of people won't pay to have that cheer squad in place. So bear in mind, please, that you are not your market. Okay, and remember that 75% of people are going to take a lot longer to buy, a lot longer to make a decision, to even download something from you, to be a part of your journey, to get to know you, like you, trust you, and then see you as a trusted advisor, to really see that you are someone to listen to, follow, and learn from, and essentially buy from. The other part about all of this, though, is I want to remind you that it's also a lot about alignment. Yeah. So alignment to me is where you are doing things in the way that you feel like they need to be done. So if we look at your, let's say that if I say to you, look, in a best case scenario world, I would like you doing live streams every day. They can be a minute long, they can be 10 minutes long, they can be 60 minutes long, they can be 3 hours long. It's totally your call, I don't care. So long as you're adding value out into the world, take as long as you like, quite frankly. Take as long as you like, as long as you need in order to get your message across. But it's about you doing it really authentically. Now, way back when, I would have been, this lady said, you know, I don't mean this in any way, but your live streams, like, they're not really my style. It's not really something that I would sit and listen to. And I said, that's totally fine. Like, I don't have a problem with that. I'm not trying to appeal to everybody, okay? But there's been enough in whatever it is that I've put out there that she reached out and we've had a conversation. Going back to 2010, if I'd had someone say, well, don't take it personally, but actually she didn't say that. I'm saying something different. Don't take it personally, but I don't really like the way that you present. I don't really like the way that you do things. That would have knocked me off my rocker for forever, because I was really trying to be polished and professional, and whilst that was a part of my world, you know, working for corporate for 12 years, that's what happens. But really, you know, I really was back then trying to appeal to everyone. I was trying to do things in a way that wasn't going to piss anybody off. I was trying to do things in a way that were really quite, I guess, like vanilla, to probably be blunt about it, and really self-reflectoring. It was an interesting kind of journey. And so what I want you to do is to do things in a way that feels in alignment, that feels authentic to you, and in the way that you do it. So it's not about trying to be polished and professional, unless that's you and unless that really fits your niche and your market. If you're a bit more relaxed and free-flowing, then that's great. Like, go ahead and do that. If you're someone who is like really, if you might be a lot more calm and a bit more softer spoken, great, do things in that way. The thing to remember here is that we don't adjust from a broad marketing perspective for your niche on social media. Don't try to appeal to everyone, and don't try and adjust your personality or your delivery to how you think you need to be. And the reason for that is, well, number one, we are not our market. Number two, we don't really know what's going to appeal to the people who are following us. And there's a whole lot of stuff that goes on underneath the surface of what you're doing anyway. So if you're showing up, you're being you, you're sharing value, you're adding value, you're doing things in a way that feels good, feels aligned, and feels right for you, underneath the surface, all of the energetic stuff is going on, right? And they will get the message that they need to get. They will hear what they need to hear. It's like when the student is ready, the teacher appears. They being your student, the teacher being you. And also when the teacher is ready, the student appears as well. So just bear all of that in mind. Remember though, the golden rule of social media is you are not your market. Your job is to put things out there and really make sure that you're adding value, delivering value, and just being you. So there you go, everybody. Short, sharp, and shiny from me to you today. Get out there. Go help some people have fun doing it. Add value. Be visible. Remember, the world is ready for your brand of awesomeness. And the Business Badassery Mastermind is open for enrollments. So check the comments in there. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have an amazing day, and I'll chat with you tomorrow. Bye.